Well, this is the spot that makes Qumran famous. It's famous and important because of the manuscripts found here.
Oh, okay.
The story is 1947. Bedouins, these are people who live in the wilderness, have goats typically. Some of the Bedouins were smugglers. And at that time, there was a Bedouin boy whose goat was somewhere up here. They're very superstitious. He was looking for that goat. He threw a rock into one of these caves and heard broken pottery.
Oh.
He thought it might be some kind of desert jinn.
Okay.
Muslims believe in jinn.
What is jinn?
Jinn are those spirits that live in the desert that can hurt you, and you want to have a some kind of a, I want to say medallion, some kind of okay. You may want to have some kind of amulet to protect you and so forth. So that was still big and would be a big among the Bedouin. But it turns out that what was found was a clay jar that had a scroll in it.
Okay.
And in fact, that was just the first. There are about 40 caves right here, 11 of which had documents. And after that document was taken to Bethlehem, went to a merchant condo, and he showed it to someone who was a scholar. He sent images to William F. Albright, who was the world's greatest scholar for these ancient languages. He looked at it, he could look at the script and tell immediately what century it was from.
Oh, wow.
And he said immediately, this is the greatest documentary discovery in the history of the Bible.
Oh.
And so in these caves, we found, and that cave particularly, that's number 4, that one right down there, that's number 4.
Okay.
About 400 of the documents that are most important, 400 of the 500 documents that have been found here.
What was on these documents?
These are Bible texts mostly. And so 2 complete texts of Isaiah. You have to realize the oldest text we have of Isaiah prior to that time was from 1006.
Oh my gosh.
And then we found these 2 complete Isaiahs that were 200 years older than when Jesus was here.
Wow.
And so now we can look at those documents and compare them to our Bible translations.
Yeah.
How much has
Changed?
everything changed? Yeah, they match. They match
Oh my gosh.
incredibly perfectly. It tells us the scribes of yesteryear, they were so careful in preparing their documents. They made sure they were just right. And so we can have real confidence that the Bible has been transmitted faithfully. Reliably, accurately, yeah. So the Bible has been transmitted. The Bible has been transmitted accurately. And what we have today, we can trust. Those words are right. That's the words that God gave to men that have been passed down to us.
So have they found out, or do they know how these scrolls ended up in there, or
Well,
where did they come
we
from?
believe that most of the scrolls were placed there when the Romans were coming, and the people living in this area took them and put them for safety, and of course were probably wiped out by the Romans when they did come,
I see.
and then they sat there for nearly 2,000 years.
Oh my gosh, that's impressive.
Yeah, and then discovered, and they're still finding. We made a new discovery just last year.
Oh,
Not right here, it's south of here. But the point is, there may still be some scrolls in these hills. So.